Hello, thank you for watching. Welcome to my wall of sound. My channel is generally about what do I have that I can improve with something else I have, or basically what do I have that I can improve. So I have several projects for this weekend. One of them is going to be to finish up the Sansui AUD7 loudness button circuit, and also I have a tweeter cutting out here. Honestly, I really don't feel like doing any of it, but I've got to, unfortunately. I think we're going to do the speaker first. This is the spot where my cat sharpens his claws. Just too much cat hair. If you're a person that's familiar with speakers, you might be looking at these speakers and saying, what the hell are those things? Well, these are a Frankenstein speaker. I built these in about 2015. And they were made entirely from flea market parts. Basically what I did, I kept the best pieces of the speakers, threw everything else into the dumpster, which basically equated to a whole room full of speakers, and took all the best stuff and added to it a little bit, made a whole new speaker. Now they're not the prettiest things in the world, but honestly, you know what, out of all the speakers I have, this pair of speakers here is the best pair I have. I have some Genesis, I have some EPIs. The Mach 2 speaker was a hell of a speaker too. Unfortunately, I didn't find the Mach 2 speakers, but somehow I got the L-pad controls for them. When I got these years ago, the L-pads gave me issues, but now they're so bad, I just really can't have that level of cutting in and out. I see they got little crimps here on the side. Man, I don't even know how a person would go about recrimping something like that, because in order to smash it down, the plastic underneath it has to give to allow this part to push the whole way down. If you ever tried to smack two things together, I think you kind of know what I'm saying. If the bottom surface doesn't give, the top surface isn't going to smash down. It's just going to kind of go down and spring back up. I really don't know why I'm doing this, because obviously my ears know how bad this is, and I really, knowing how bad it is, doesn't tear it apart and fix it. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm stalling, because everybody knows what we're going to find. Yep. It's jumping all over the place. I kind of get the feeling I had the deoxit in it before, because look at the vent. Looks like I pried the vent up and sprayed deoxit in it. Deoxit is not going to be a fix for this. I don't see me getting those caps back on there. I don't like combining glue with electronics. It's just the way I am. It just seems kind of cheesy. Might be able to just pry one up. These are heavy metal right here. No pun intended, these are heavy metal. What I don't want is a screwdriver to slip and go through my finger, or the corner of that to gouge through that mid-range. It's something about straight screwdrivers. Has anyone ever ran into that problem in life? As soon as you pick up a straight screwdriver, that's a good sign that you might be going to the emergency room. Come on, you know you want to come off of there. There you are. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, that's a beauty inside. You don't see quality like that anymore. Looking inside that thing, I hear Japanese music playing. I have a feeling most of the problem is on the wipers. They got like a double wiper on that thing. You see that? Those Japanese people weren't messing around when they made this damn thing. It's definitely tight, so it's got that going for it. Sandpaper is another interesting thing, which really doesn't mix with electronics. But this is 1000 grit. I think what I was trying to say there is sometimes it's not a good idea to use sandpaper on certain things, especially like relay contacts and stuff like that. You got to be really careful about it because there's a very fine plating on the contacts, and taking the plating off is actually counterproductive. I'll just wet it down a little bit with some deoxit D5. I wouldn't do this with dry sandpaper, to be totally honest with you. This sandpaper is so fine, I mean, you can't feel any grit to it at all. So basically, it's using the top third of the pot, so we'll do an extra special job on the top third. Honestly, I don't think it was quite so much the outside as it is the wiper. That's where I'm guessing the problem really is. This is a really tight control. That wiper has some pressure down on there. Just kind of get the sandpaper underneath it. Give it a couple good twists. Sometimes it's helpful to check the sandpaper because you can see if you've got like silver plating on the sandpaper or if you got copper on it, and then you can kind of tell if you went too far with your sanding method. This should be pristine. Let's just see. One click at a time. Much, much better. This puts me in a pretty good position because I've been testing capacitors for dissipation factor just to see what capacitor dielectrics absorb more signal. I've been testing a lot of audio grade electrolytics to see which ones absorb more than the other ones, which might give me an indication of what audio grade caps could get obnoxious or could get harsh on you on certain music styles and certain tone considerations. I think this will go right back on. Yep, won't even have to glue it. I'll be darned. Here I was having catastrophic thoughts for nothing again. Damn it. Something bad's gonna happen. There we go. Man, finally. L-8 ohm, 6 dB, 240F, 75. Something that looks like it was put on with an engraver. That looks like it says violet. What the hell? I can't even make sense of what that word is. Looks like the person who wrote that was holding an engraver in one hand and a bottle of booze in the other hand. Why does it say violet on it? What the hell is violet? I think I was reading the damn thing upside down. Looks like it says AT-4OH. If you look at it from the inside and then flip it, we'll save the duck seal for another day. What the heck did I do with all the screws? I'm going to have to go back and watch the video to figure out what I did with the screws. I don't really know where I come up with this stuff at. It took 48 minutes to fix it, but how many minutes will it take for me to find the screws? Well, they could be the one place you didn't look. Here's a song that's so hard to find. The only place I could get it was from somebody in Australia. We have success number 1 of the day. These are KLH cabinets. Man, these things really zing. There are 10s in them. They're a realistic woofer. And strangely, it's actually the woofer that was at the higher, basically, turnover years of Radio Shack. And it was actually manufactured in China. It does a banging job in these KLH cabinets. The tweeters I have in them came out of an AR, Acoustic Research Model 18, I think. And the mid-ranges were KLH too, but they were much later. It was just a small, cheap plastic center channel speaker. Those little things do an awesome job. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Feel free to leave me any comments and let me know about your audio and speaker experiences.